Next time you have a chocolate craving, these easy date chocolate brownies are here to answer the call. They're so fudgy and chocolate, and they're just infused with so much flavor. I absolutely love them. We shared them at a party recently, and everybody loved them there too. So these have been definitely taste tested, and they are crowd approved. Hi, I'm Marley. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad you're here to bake with me today. We're going to be making these fudgy date brownies, and I think you're going to be surprised at how easy they are. I'm adding a nice little chocolate frosting that's so simple to make. I can't wait to show you how to make it. So let's get started. This recipe begins with 1.5 cups of dates. I have removed the pits, and I always recommend assessing your dates. I'm going to show you an example. These dates are really tender, but some dates, I can just actually tear these apart with my fingers. Some dates are more firm. They've just sat around a little bit longer and they've gotten dry. So if that's your dates, go ahead and get some really hot water and let them sit in that for about 10 minutes until they're nice and soft, and then drain and pat them dry, and then add them to your food processor. To the food processor, I'm going to add about a half cup of water. I always like to have some extra just in case I need some more. And that's because we're working with, dates are, some require a little bit more water than others to get the right texture. Okay, let's just create a date paste. Okay, there's our paste, and you see that? That looks nice and gooey. To that, we're going to add, I have a half cup of nut butter. This happens to be cashew butter. You can use almond butter or even peanut butter. And I guess if you needed this to be nut-free, you could also use, something like sun butter. Okay. And to that, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of, this is almond flour or almond meal. And this is a chia egg. You could use a flax egg. It's just basically 1 tablespoon of ground chia or ground flax combined with 3 tablespoons of water. And then I have 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. You can use, this is natural, but you can use the darker version, which is Dutch processed. And to this, I am going to add, this is 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Good. Now I realize I also like to include a little bit of vanilla, so I'm going to add around a teaspoon of vanilla here. And I'm going to add a little bit more water to get it to a texture that I feel like looks a little bit more like a brownie dough. So let's just add, so all in all, that's probably going to be around 3/4 cup of water. Like I say, I think you should start with a half cup and then add more if you need to. Let's see what we've got. This is looking very good. Yeah, it smells amazing. It smells so rich. This is perfect. Okay. Now, I like to go a step further and I like to add some chocolate chips. I have around 1/4 cup, or maybe a heaping 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. These are dark, semi-sweet chocolate chips. And I'm going to just stir that around just to get them distributed throughout. Our batter is done, and now it's time to put it into the pan. And what I have here is an 8-inch square baking pan that I've lined with parchment paper. And I like to let it have an overhang so that when these brownies are done, it's very easy just to remove it. I'm just going to get that into the pan, and we'll just spread it. Use a spatula to spread it across and create an even topping. Okay, these are ready to go in the oven. I have the oven set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are ready to bake. I always have to remind myself to take these clips off. I will bake these for around 20 to 25 minutes. I always check at 20 minutes just to see what they look like, but usually I let them bake until around 25 minutes. While our date brownies are baking, I like to make a chocolate topping, and I want you to make it with me. It's super easy to make, and it just adds a nice touch to these brownies. I think you're going to love it. It starts with 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. And to that, I am going to add 1/4 cup of maple syrup. And just to make sure these are nice and rich, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. We're just going to stir that together. There's other things you can add to this. You could add a little bit of vanilla extract if you want. Another nice thing would be maybe a sprinkle of salt, but I seem to like it just the way it is. This is not an overly sweet frosting. This is just a really rich frosting that just adds so much to these brownies. Takes a little bit of elbow grease. At first, you're going to think, this isn't going to work. This is not stirring together. But if you just keep stirring, you're going to see it come together quite nicely. This is really coming together. Look at that. Now, this is fine as is, but let me just kind of stir out a few of those little lumps that are in there. But as far as the texture goes, this would be very easy to spread over those brownies. It would be fine. But I like to add a little bit of, this is vanilla flavored soy milk, and I feel like that just creates a really nice consistency. We're going to add right around a tablespoon. I don't want to add too much, but just enough to transform this from dark to just, almost like a soft frosting texture. The way I look at it is you can always add a little bit more, but if you get too much soy milk in there, I'm just going to add just a little bit more. If you get too much in there, then it's just going to be runny. And I have done that before. And what I do is just add probably a teaspoon of coconut oil melted, and that really fixes it. This is perfect. Okay, when these brownies are done, we're going to add this frosting, and you're going to see these brownies transform into something pretty magical. Okay, our brownies are out of the oven, and I've let them cool a little bit, and now they're ready to be frosted. So first thing I like to do is just use the parchment paper to pull them out. I'm going to transfer it to this plate. Let's get our frosting. Again, you don't have to add this frosting. These brownies are so good the way they are. However, I just think the frosting adds a nice glossy touch, and it really enhances the chocolate flavor as well. After I ice these brownies, I let them chill in the fridge for about 30 minutes. That helps you get a nice clean cut. But now these brownies are calling my name. It's time for the taste test. Ooh, that looks so beautiful. Mm. So, wow, that is amazing. The most rich, chocolatey flavor you can imagine. And the dates add a nice caramel touch to it. I love the flavor of dates and sweets, so this is really delicious. And I love the chocolate frosting on top. I really highly recommend it. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I added a little bit of flaky sea salt too to kind of give it that elegant touch. So I'm curious, if you decide to make these, are you going to add some flaky sea salt on top as well? Or do you have some other ideas of things that you're going to add on top? Leave a comment. Let me know. I want to hear from you. And thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I always love having you here. And if you like today's recipe, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more recipes coming your way every week.